Congratulations, Chooks. Another national title. Do you get used to winning this?
No, every competition is a serious competition. So I prepared extremely well. Some people look at the start list, they look at the distances and stuff. I'm not concerned with that. What I want to do is show my best face because one, it's a national title. So every single national title in the world means a lot. All the national competitions are highly ranked. The other thing is when I show my face, the only way to celebrate is to earn it. So I have to throw a big throw, and then not only will I be happy, but the people watching, my supporters, the spectators, fans, coaches. I met some little kids yesterday that are 5 years old, and they said, "Oh, that's Enekwechi." So to me, that's big motivation. It's a little bit of pressure because it's my 10th professional season, so I have to produce. So this competition I don't take it very lightly. So I'm extremely happy.
So your furthest throw today, were you pleased with the distance?
Extremely pleased. Field event athletes are kind of strange. We always have a mark in our heads that it means that we're a good athlete or a good person, right? If I throw 20.99, then I'm useless. If I throw 21.0, I'm a great person. So the last one I heard 2-1, I started celebrating. Then I heard it was 21 mid, and I was even happier. So honestly, it didn't physically feel like the best throw, but we built throughout the entire series. So I'm really happy with how I executed. But I know I can do better.
16th competition this year. This is June. How have you been able to cope with all of that? From the indoor season, you've been very busy, very active. You've traveled all over the world. How have you been able to cope with that schedule?
You look for motivation in different places. So, I'm married now. I have a dog to take care of. We have bills to pay. So, as long as there's money somewhere, I want to go make sure I make an honest living. And throwing has been the avenue that I can do that. So, luckily, honestly, I know I have a gift from God. So, if I can put myself in position to use it, not only make money, advance myself, and set myself up for the next phase, because there will be a next phase after I retire. But the other thing is to keep making people happy because at the end of the day, we're entertainers. This job makes no sense except for the fact that people come to watch and people get inspired. So I make sure that as much as I want to execute good throws and compete well, I do want to entertain. I do want to shake hands and speak to the people that support me because that's the most important thing.
Right, talking about celebration, I saw you jumped. That's not your season best. How did you celebrate like that?
Oh, it's a great throw. When Usain Bolt ran 9.58, he didn't run 9.58 twice. So anything that's 9 mid or 9 high is a world class run. So for me, for anybody, honestly, when you look at the list, I'm number 7 in the world. So some of the guys that are mystified, I've beaten them this season alone. So when you look for a mark, like the mark that I look for is 21 meters plus. So hearing 2-1, automatically I knew that I executed the day well.
Looking at the trials, were you able to spot any Nigerian that you could feel this is a great potential?
Great potential. It's very hard. So one thing for me, I know that it's not a matter of talent. It's a matter of opportunity. So the home-based athletes, which 100% of the field except for me is home-based, they don't have the same opportunity that I have. So it's unfair for me to judge based on what they've executed. Um, the facilities I use, the nutrition that I use, things I have access to. Yes, I have to pay money, but in America, I pay the money and it's possible to achieve these things or to use these things. If it's sports medicine, if it's nutrition, things like that. So the home-based athletes don't have access to that. So it's unfair for me to look at the marks on paper. As far as potential, there's plenty of potential. You look at this, great athletes. All they need is a chance on the stage with the right supporting group, the right mentorship, and they'll throw world-class distances. I've seen it year after year. Once a kid comes from a difficult situation and gets put in a good situation, good support, they skyrocket, whether it's the jumps, the throws, or the sprints. So all these guys need is an opportunity.
You weren't at the African Championships this year, and the South African guy who won said he wished you were there. He feels like he could have thrown further. How do you feel, being like the continental leader and these guys are looking up to you?
It's always an honor. When somebody is looking up to you, it's a great honor. You want to make sure that you compete, you show yourself. And again, just like I said with the national trials, it doesn't matter what's on the paper. You have to show up, you have to compete and conduct yourself as a professional. So hearing that, it's humbling, honestly. The unfortunate fact is I'm 33 years old. So I've done almost 20 competitions this season. Most of them have gone well. I can't do every single competition. Sometimes I have to maybe step away from things that maybe I used to jump in head first with. So the reason for my longevity is not only my physical fortitude, but also smart planning. So that trip to West Africa may have set me backwards. So for health reasons, I decided to forego it after many competitions back to back to back.
Prefontaine Classic is coming up. What's the target?
Big throw. That's the hardest competition. I've had great results the past 2 years of being there. I think it's the hardest Diamond League meet to get into. By the grace of God, I've gotten into it the past few years. So I want to get out there and compete very well. Distance wise, I don't know. I know that there's I threw 70 feet. You know, I live in America, so I threw 70 feet plus today, 21:46, something like that. So if I can add some more distance to it, I'd be very happy. But I know it's going to be a tough competition.
Hi, Ebuka. I know before coming for this nationals, you already know that you're going to the Commonwealth Games, even though you needed to come and qualify. Have you given yourself a chance on the level you're going to get to in Commonwealth Games? How far do you think you will go?
As far as in Scotland or for the national trials?
No, for the Commonwealth Games.
Oh, for the Commonwealth Games,
Yes.
the sky is the limit. So one thing my coach tries to instill in me is not to put limits on ourselves.
Yeah.
Like one goal that I have is to be relaxed. He said, and it's a very true assessment. Naturally, I'm a show off. I dance on the sidelines and scream and all this kind of stuff. That's my natural behavior, and a lot of times I practice by myself. So what that causes is a little bit of anxiety when I get into competition mode. But whenever I'm able to relax, and today it took maybe 4 or 5 rounds for me to fully relax, and then we saw what happened in the last round. So all I want to do is make sure that mindset is proper, and then the physical will take care of itself. But I know I have to elevate myself more because there's so much competition in the Commonwealth.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.